can essentially treat this like a graph, and I can traverse it to go from any term to any other term in any field in any of my documents, which is cool. And so if we think of the sort of structure of natural language, right? We've got, individual characters that can make up prefixes and suffixes and be combined together to form words. We can then take those words and put them together in various ways to form phrases. I refer to them as term sequences because it's not always, an exact phrase, but maybe like words just appearing together in some combination. And then we can take those phrases together and make sentences, and in the context of a search engine and documents, we would put them on fields and then index the document. And then we can take the documents together and have groups of them that we would call a corpus, and we can group them together. This is just sort of how we build up, if you've got a book, it's composed of many chapters, composed of many paragraphs and sentences and words and prefixes, but there's this sort of like rich structure, and all of that communicates meaning that can be related together. And so I'm gonna show you really quickly how we can leverage that inverted index we talked about earlier. This is a technique that we use commonly in search to learn interesting relationships about the meaning of words and phrases from our data. So if you think of this conceptually, if I have the ability to take any keyword, for example, engineer, and look it up, find all the set of all the documents containing engineer, and then from all those documents, I can go look up all the terms that they have to find other terms that are related, then I essentially have the ability to traverse. So for example, in this case, if I were to search for the skill of Java in my index, I could find the set of all documents containing Java. And from that set of documents, I can look up in the other index the set of all terms that are contained in those. And I could then go and take for all those terms, look up sets of documents, for all those documents, look up sets of terms. I can essentially treat this like a graph. And I can traverse it to go from any term to any other term in any field in any of my documents, which is cool. Why would you want to do that? We'll see. But it's really cool that I can do that.